Who's that?
Take that out.
You can take it out.
Make that screw. It's not on.
No, it doesn't have any batteries.
Queries. It's not scary. We're going to use the query wizard to find unmatched records, and then we're going to use the design view to make it an append query. Don't worry, there are step-by-step instructions if you just follow the ribbon. In the ribbon, you'll go to Create, and then we're going to use the query wizard. And we're going to use the Find Unmatched query wizard. The GoCoot file has the new records that don't match to applications and that we want to add. The applications has records that may be on both, and we don't want the records that are already there. The web ID is the matching key identifier, so we'll use this double arrow to move that into the matching fields. We want all of the fields, since we tailored our import to only bring the fields that we want, and the fields match exactly from both of these tables for the import fields. There are fields on the application table that are not on the GoCoot table, but we don't need to worry about that because we're not trying to import that data. We'll accept this name, GoCoot, without matching applications, and for now we'll view the results. We can double check that this is working by selecting the record from the GoCoot query and then looking for it on the application table. If we put that in the Find box and we are in the right column, in the right field, it's going to look in that current field only, not in the rest of the document. And if we choose whole field, it's going to look for items that match exactly and nothing else is in the field. It didn't find anything. We can check another one just for fun. And I'm using Control F to get the find. And it didn't find it. So I feel pretty confident that these are the right records. I'm going to go to Design View though, because this is a select query. It's just going to show me records. It's not going to do anything with them. But I want to append these records to the application table so that I can process them. So I'm going to select the application table and click OK. You'll notice it changed. Before there were checkboxes here, and now it has an append to row with the field names. Since the field names are exactly the same, it populated them. And since I know that they are exactly the same, I'm very grateful for that. If the fields were named differently, then I would have to go through and double check the ones that were named differently. So for instance, if one of them had postal code and the other one had zip code, this would end up being blank and I would have to fill it in. The other thing we're concerned about is because this was an unmatched query, it has this column, which is the column that makes it find ones that don't match. It's looking for the whole list of the GoCoot file, and that's what this error means. If we would click on this and right click, we'd see the join properties are saying include all records from GoCoot and only those records from applications where the join fields are equal. In our case, none of them may be equal, but on a regular day, it is very likely that you haven't finished processing records from the day before, and when you're bringing in your SAOPS extract, it may have records on it that you already brought in the day before. But you don't want to add those to your processing table. You only want the ones that are new. So having this is null means that the records are not on the application table and they're only on the GoCoot table. However, we're not trying to append anything to the application table, so we need to delete that value. If we run the table, it will look the same. If we go back to Design View, which you can do by clicking this button interchangeably or right-clicking and going to Design View. If we run this, it says it's going to append 12 rows. We're not going to do that right now. Well, we can, and I'll have to delete them for the next step because we're going to also add a button at a later stage that will do this whole process for us. So now if I look at applications, ooh, now there's 26 records, whereas before you remember this list was much shorter. I'm going to save that and close.